Manila Digger were able to use this very specific pattern against Maharlika to score their first two goals in that match. And this is exactly what it is. So they created a 3 versus 1 during build-up from their goal kicks. The two center backs plus the goalkeeper up against the one striker trying to press them from Maharlika. So it was that 3 versus 1 that started everything. And you could see the two center backs very, very wide starting positions to make sure that Maharlika striker had to chase a very, very long distance when trying to win the ball back. This was then followed by the next pattern in this very specific sequence of events. There would always be an open pass from the right center back to the right wing because the right back would vacate that space which he usually takes and invert into the Maharlika midfield, forcing the Maharlika left winger to track him, opening up that passing lane from the right center back to the right winger. So that passing lane was always an option, but also was an option was the ability to go long directly from the center backs towards your strikers because of their aerial prowess. And from that last screenshot, you actually did see that Jordan Jarvis, the right center back of Manila Digger, did go long towards his front line, and within 5 seconds, they bypassed the high line from Maharlika, which was successful at times and has been successful this season, but with the running power and transition prowess of Manila Digger, it was always going to be trouble whenever that high line was bypassed. You can see in the screenshot here, whenever they're backtracking, it was always going to favor Manila Digger, who are probably the worst team to play against in terms of transition in the whole league. And one more pass after this was the goal that made it 1-0 to Manila Digger. And would you believe it or not, just a few minutes later, they create the exact same pattern. So it was 3 versus 1 from goal kicks, the two center backs plus the goalkeeper, and the lone striker of Maharlika had to chase 3 players. You can only do so much as a striker when you're having to play a 3-on-1 battle. And like the previous instance, just a few minutes before this screenshot, the right back inverts into midfield to drag away the left winger of Maharlika. And again, there's an open pass from the right center back to the right winger. Again, they don't use it because they go long, but that pass was always an option and was used from time to time. But again, Jordan Jarvis goes long, and again, they find that target up front because they have a target man in Mustafa Jallo. Doesn't matter if Saiku Sise or Usman Gai is not playing as a striker, their depth is incredible, and yeah, they have so much aerial prowess up front. Once again, just a few seconds later, after the previous screenshot, they win that aerial duel, they win that flick on, they win that header up the pitch, and a pass later, they make it 2-0 to Manila Digger. And at this point, Maharlika were deflated and were second best and played well, created chances, but at this scoreline, Manila Digger was always going to control the game. And that's how they beat Maharlika 6-0, and because of that, they remain second place and they remain hot on the trail of One Taguig. That game between Manila Digger and One Taguig is going to be very, very exciting on the 29th of April, so don't miss that game. But this was the short analysis courtesy of Diego Cordero. Thank you for watching this short breakdown.